Hi and welcome to ManageEngine AlarmsOne webinar. AlarmsOne is an alert management tool for your IT management tools, and we had licensed AlarmsOne a month ago, and this webinar is aimed at explaining how it can be mutually beneficial for you, for the customers, and for ManageEngine. I am Jensen and I am the marketing analyst for AlarmsOne, and I have our product expert Bhavna with me, and at the end of this webinar she'll give a short demo of the product. This is the agenda for today's webinar. I'll give a short introduction about AlarmsOne and explain the difficulties faced by IT admins while they manage their IT incidents, and explain how AlarmsOne can make their IT alert management simple. I'll also give an overview of all the features, and after that Bhavna will give a product demo, and at the end of this session we'll have a question and answer session where you can post your questions and we'll answer to them. So let's see what AlarmsOne is. AlarmsOne is a simple IT alert management tool for complex IT where companies use multiple IT management tools to monitor and manage their IT. And AlarmsOne integrates with all these third-party IT management tools and consolidates all the alerts in one place so users can manage all the alerts from one place. As a SaaS product, AlarmsOne can be accessed anywhere at any time, and it can manage multiple locations from one place. So AlarmsOne lets administrators track these alerts and act on the alerts triggered by these applications, and they can do all these in one console. There are certain things that bother IT admins when they use multiple tools to monitor their IT infrastructure. The first one is that it is hard to toggle between the screens to manage the alerts from these applications. For instance, if a IT admin uses Op Manager, New Relic and Logly to monitor and manage his IT, and if alerts from all these applications are triggered at the same time, he has to toggle between these applications and manage alerts from them. So it's hard to toggle between screens and effectively manage alerts at the same time. And the second thing is that if it's difficult to correlate alerts from these different tools and resolve the event by pinpointing the actual cause of the incident. For example, let's say you monitor your website using Site 24/7 and you monitor your network using NetFlow Analyzer, and suppose there is a network outage and your website has gone down. Your website monitoring tool will generate an alert saying that your website is down, and your network monitoring tool will generate an alert saying that your network is down. If you can see both these alerts in one console, you can clearly understand that a network outage has caused the website to go down, and you can easily resolve the incident. But if you have to toggle between two screens and you have to check the alerts from these applications in different screens, it will be hard for you to pinpoint the actual cause. And the next thing is, it is difficult to keep all the team members informed about all the incidents. If an IT admin has a team of say 10 members, and if he uses multiple tools, it is difficult for him to keep his team members informed about all these incidents from all these applications. To avoid that, he can add all his team members in AlarmsOne and add all his applications in AlarmsOne so that all the team members will be informed about all the incidents. So when there are too many applications and too many alerts, there is a possibility of missing critical events. When critical alerts are missed, it may lead to business outage, resulting in financial losses. So this is where AlarmsOne comes into the picture. You can integrate all your IT management tools with AlarmsOne and consolidate all the alerts in one console, and from there you can take control of your alert notifications. So this is how AlarmsOne works. In AlarmsOne we have two different types of applications, namely inbound applications and outbound applications. The inbound applications are the one which send alerts to AlarmsOne, and the outbound applications are the applications to which AlarmsOne shares alerts. So here we have on-premises applications and we use an alarm poller to pull alarms from these applications. And from cloud-based applications, we use the webhook API to pull the alerts. And if there is an application which doesn't have a inbuilt integration with AlarmsOne, we use email API to pull the alerts. And some companies may use in-house applications which they have created for themselves, and we have a custom API to integrate all such applications with AlarmsOne. And from AlarmsOne, you can schedule your notifications and notify your team members or the technicians using email, SMS, or a phone call. So these are few reasons why users may find AlarmsOne helpful. You can integrate multiple tools with AlarmsOne, and you can have one alert engine to view all these alerts. And the alerts are pulled in real time from all these applications, and we have multiple channels to notify these alerts. A user may need only one app for an entire team, and he can add as many users as he needs. And being a SaaS tool, you can manage multiple locations from one place. We also have a mobile app with which users can manage their IT alerts on the go. AlarmsOne doesn't limit the number of users that can be added to an account. You can add any number of users with different roles such as alarm admin and alarm user, and you can manage the user privileges accordingly. The super admin is the account owner, and he can add as many alarm admins and alarm users. Alarm admins have access to all the applications and alerts, whereas alarm users have access to only the applications that are associated with them. With AlarmsOne, you can integrate with over 50 applications using a webhook API and email API. And to pull alarms from your on-premises applications, we have an agent called Alarm Poller, which can be installed in Windows and Linux environments. The integration procedure varies for different application, and you can assign users to each application and keep them notified based on the time zone. For example, if your company runs in 2 or 3 locations, and if these locations have different time zones, you can notify these users according to the time zones they work. You can also mute an application to stop receiving alerts from that application. So this is the list of inbound apps with which we have built-in integration. If you are a reseller for any of the applications listed here, it will be a mutual benefit for you. We also have some outbound applications like team collaboration tools, project management tools, and help desk tools. AlarmsOne can share alarms to these outbound applications. For instance, you can share your alert with a team collaboration tool to discuss about it with your team, or you can log a ticket in our help desk tool, and you can also submit alerts as bugs in your project management tool and later work on it. So this is the window where you can see all your applications. We have integrated few applications here. You can view all the alerts from these applications in one window. Here we have alerts from Site24/7, Zabbix, SolarWinds. So when too many alerts from too many tools come in one place, there is a problem of alert noise. But in AlarmsOne, we have a provision to filter these alerts based on multiple criteria that user can define. And these filtration help eliminate the ineffective data that these systems generate, so that you don't have to waste your time spending on redundant alerts. So AlarmsOne has a feature in which you can create a configuration profile by creating different criteria, and you can set filters based on display name, severity, entity name, entity ID, category, message in the alert, the alarm content, or any field that is specific to your application alerts. Here is an example. I have selected severity and matches critical, and display name as AO app server 1 and message as AO app server 1 is down. So in this case, the alerts which satisfy all these criteria will be filtered and they will be notified to the technicians you choose. So you can schedule your notifications by creating work shifts with monthly, weekly and custom shift rotations or with no shift rotations. And you can create as many schedules as you need in case you work from multiple locations or if you have multiple teams. So this is how we create a schedule. We shall discuss this in detail during the demo. So in AlarmsOne, you can also override a user shift with another user if the user is unavailable to act on these alerts. So when you override a shift with more than one user, for instance 2 users, AlarmsOne automatically splits the work time equally and assigns it to the users who override the shift. To help you keep track of critical alerts, we have a feature called escalation policies where you can escalate the unacknowledged alerts to higher levels and respond to the alerts at the right time. So in escalation policies, you can notify a primary recipient first, and if he fails to respond to the alert, you can notify the next technician in line. You can add up to 5 levels of escalation so that you never miss critical alerts. So this is how we add escalation policy in AlarmsOne. Here we have a time frame, the time from which the alarm is triggered, and you can set the time here and choose the action here. Notification profiles are the ones which help you associate a configuration profile and an escalation policy. Configuration profile is the one which we discussed at first, where we create certain criteria to filter the alerts, and the alerts which satisfy those criteria will be notified to the people who are in a particular escalation policy. You can also notify a user on demand if that alert needs special attention. So this is how we create a notification profile. Here I have associated the configuration profile Nagio severe criteria, which has Nagio's application in it, and I have associated my default escalation policy here. So the alerts which satisfy this criteria will be notified to the technicians in this escalation policy. This is the licensing model for AlarmsOne. We have 3 different plans: free plan, basic plan and premium plan. The free plan is completely free, and we have limited the number of users to 3 and the integrations to 3 inbound integrations. In this plan, users have to buy alert credits from our store in case they need to get notified through SMS or phone call, but they will be notified free of cost through email. In our basic plan, you can add any number of users, but a user will be charged $15 a month if it is billed annually and $90 a month if it is billed month to month. So if there are 3 users in your account and if you have subscribed for a year, you will have to pay 15 into 3 into 12. In basic plan, we provide the features that are required for alert management, such as schedules, escalation policies, and email integration. And we provide 100 SMS credits for these per user. And once these credits get used up, the users can buy alert credits from the store. A premium plan is similar to the model of basic plan with a pricing of $25 per user per month if it is billed annually and $29 per month per user if it is billed month to month. Premium plan has all the features, and we have unlimited integrations and unlimited SMS and voice credits. We also have custom API integration here and downtime configuration. So now let's get started with AlarmsOne and see how you can become a super admin with AlarmsOne. Now our product expert Bhavna will give a short demo of all the AlarmsOne features, and if you have any questions you can post them and we'll answer at the end of this demo.
Hi, this is Bhavna from AlarmsOne. Now I'm going to give you a quick demo about AlarmsOne product. First, let me start by explaining about how to bring the users on board into AlarmsOne. You just log into your AlarmsOne account and click on the settings icon, and here you can see the contacts tab. Once you're here, you can add any number of contact into AlarmsOne. In AlarmsOne, we have three types of user privileges. The first one is super admin. The other two are alarm admin and alarm user. Super admin is the highest privilege that we provide in AlarmsOne. Any user who signs up for AlarmsOne on behalf of the organization becomes a super admin in AlarmsOne. Super admin can then add any number of alarm admin or alarm user. Then the next role is alarm admin. Alarm admin can do most of the configurations that we provide in the AlarmsOne account, and the alarm admin can add any number of alarm users too. Here, the super admin and alarm admin privileges, they do the most of the configuration work that is happening in AlarmsOne, and alarm user have the permission to view all the configuration and view the data as well. Here in contacts, when you add a contact, you can see we will get information about your contact name, email address, phone number. This email address and phone number, we get this for sending email, SMS or call notification whenever an alert is triggered. Then we also have user type, like whether you are going to add a alarm admin or alarm user. Then once you choose the role alarm admin, then you will show the list of the application that we have in this account, and you can specify whether you want to get notification via email or you want to get notification via SMS or call for the application. So you can choose the alert type here and hit save button, hit add button, and once the user is added, you can see the list of the users and the associated application with alert type for that user in the contacts page. After bringing in the users on board into AlarmsOne, the next step is to add application into AlarmsOne. Once these applications are added into AlarmsOne, you can start receiving the alerts into AlarmsOne. Here in applications, we have a list of inbound application and outbound application. Inbound application is a monitoring tool applications like on-premise tools like OPM, APM, Zabbix, Nagios, SolarWinds, etc. While we also support SaaS-based monitoring solutions like Site24x7, New Relic, AWS, CloudWatch, Datadog, etc. And we also have log monitoring tools like Splunk, and we also support in-house application. For example, you have your own in-house application that is monitoring your infrastructure, and if it is capable of sending a REST API or send a post notification to the URL that we provide, then you can bring in alert from your infrastructure, from your in-house application into AlarmsOne. There are many applications that do not support any of these API model, or which doesn't come under on-premise monitoring cases too, but which could send alerts only via email. For them, we have this email integration. So with these applications, we bring in alert into AlarmsOne. And we also have the list of outbound application via which we share the alarm that we receive in AlarmsOne to customer support tool, help desk tool, team collaboration tool, or any other project management tool. In AlarmsOne, we have this ticketing tools like SDP, Zendesk, Zohodesk, etc. We also support team collaboration tools like Slack, HipChat, ZohoChat, etc. When we also have support for project management or version controlling tools like GitHub, Zoho Projects, Trello, etc. So once the applications are integrated, then you can see the alerts coming into AlarmsOne. Let me show you the alarm page. So this is the alarm page, Here I have hit all alarms view, and this shows the list of all applications that I have received for the last 30 days. So here you can see that I could create a view. For example, if I want to create a view where I want to see critical alerts only from site 24/7 that satisfy certain condition, then I can add a view. For example, let me edit this particular view and show you how I created one. So I'm going to group this by display name, and I have chosen my status as open and acknowledge alarm alone. Then I have set a configuration profile where I have chosen site 24/7 application, and I have set conditions over fields like failed locations and display name. So only when all these criteria matches, alarm will be seen under this particular view. So by easily grouping the alarms into different views, I know which particular view I have to go and check so that I do not miss any of the alarms. Then we also have this option to tag the alarm. So why do we have to tag an alarm? For example, let me say that I have added an outbound application called Slack. I want to share whatever alarm that is coming with severity, say critical, to Slack. So I have created a Slack application, and I have created a tag Slack in that particular application. So you just edit this application, and I will show you how I have created a tag. So I have created an application, and I have created a tag. If there is no tag of yours, you just type your own tag name, then you can create a tag of that. So I have created a tag Slack. So whenever an alarm is shared via Slack, shared to Slack, it will be listed under this tag. So if I hit if you could see the Slack tag in the blue color here, it marks that that particular alert is tagged. And when you see the recent activity, you can find that this particular alarms are all notified to Slack application. So any alarm that is notified to Slack, it will be grouped under this tag. So you can create any customized view or customized tagging, and you can easily pull alarm via these views and tags. In this alarm page, you can see the left pane contains the brief message about your alert, and in the right pane you can see the detailed message about your alert, like what is the status, what is the severity of the alert, and in the recent activity you can find what are the actions that is performed over the alert, to what other applications it is shared, and conditions like that. So from here, if I want to send a notification to any particular person on demand, then I can hit notification, and I can choose the contact, and I can specify the comments, and I can also decide whether I have to SMS or call them. So in this way, you can send on-demand notification. Also, you could you can either close or open this alarm. Then you can also share the alarm on demand. So we also have full view where you can see the particular alarm in a bigger view. So thus we have brought in alert into AlarmsOne. Once alert is into AlarmsOne, then we can see about the notification. In AlarmsOne, we have this notification profile part because we do not need to receive notification for every alert that is coming into AlarmsOne. For example, I have a use case where I want to receive alerts coming in from site 24/7, and that too if it matches the criteria, say severity matches critical. So I have option in AlarmsOne to define my notification profile where I can choose a particular example. For I have chosen the application as my site 24/7, and I have set the criteria as my display name contains server, and even I could add extra field, like I can tell if the severity matches critical. So only when all of these conditions satisfy, you can also decide whether you have to make sure whether all these conditions satisfy or any of these conditions satisfy. So depending on the condition that is you have configured, only if this particular condition is satisfied, then the alarm will flow into the escalation. So this escalation is where I configure my recipient list, like who has to be notified when an alert occurs. So here you can see whenever an alarm is triggered into AlarmsOne, I can immediately send notification to the I have configured here to send immediate notification to my contact and my schedule. This actually sends the alert to the person who is on call on the schedule. After 5 minutes, if that person who is on call on schedule, or if the alarm admin did not acknowledge or close this particular alert, then it will be notified to Herald. After 2 minutes, if the alarm is still not acknowledged or closed, then it will be notified to Slack. We have created a notification profile, and I will show you how we can create an escalation policy. Like what I have explained before, here you can create your own escalation policy, and after creating your escalation policy, you can associate the created escalation policy in your notification profile. We have created a notification profile. Now let me explain you how we can create a schedule. Most of the organization, they work around the clock across different shifts. For example, there may be more than one shift in an organization where the morning shift is taken care by engineer A and the next shift is taken care by engineer B. So whenever an alert comes in, it is right to send the alerts to the right person. So for example, if an alert is coming at morning, it is right to send that alert to the engineer A rather than sending that alert to engineer B. So we allow that configuration with schedule in AlarmsOne. We can add schedule, and we also have an option to choose a day-based schedule or a week-based schedule. A day-based schedule is if your shift is split across a day. Like there are people who are in the morning shift and evening shift. That is your shift is distributed across a day. You can go for a day shift. But if you have a shift type, like the first week of the month it is taken care by engineer A, and second week of the month it is taken care by engineer B. If you have configuration like that, then you can go for a week-based schedule. So once you choose this day-based schedule, then you can add a shift name like morning shift. It starts from 8 o'clock to 16 o'clock, and choose a particular contact. Then you can choose a different shift name. And this is a person who is going to work on the next shift. So in AlarmsOne, we also rotate the shift for different option. Like you can rotate this particular shift in a cyclic order for every monthly ones, or you can rotate it for a weekly ones, or you can customize your rotation, or you can set no rotation option, because your shift may vary depending upon the organization. There may be some organization in which the person who is working on call in morning shift for the first month will go to the next shift in the second month. So if you have such kind of configuration in your organization, you need not worry about changing this configuration for every month once or for every week once. We automatically rotate the users depending on the options that you choose. We also have options to exclude days. For example, if I have chose on Sunday, it means that whenever an alert comes into AlarmsOne and this criteria satisfies, and if that alert is coming on Sunday, then we do not send notification. So this a schedule can be configured in AlarmsOne. So we also have this override option in AlarmsOne. Say for example, on the first week of the month, if Gary is on call for a week and he is not available on the first week of the month, all the alarms that should be coming to Gary should be redirected to John or Herald. So in that case, we are giving an override option where you can override a particular user by a different user. and you can also set the time period for overriding the person. See, for example, here I'm going to override Gary by Harold. Then I could even exclude schedules. Let me say, if there is some important schedule which can be handled only by Gary, then I have to exclude it, because then if that particular schedule is excluded, then Gary will still receive notification. But if there is no exclude schedule, then it means that all the notification that Gary should receive will be redirected to Herald. Then I can frame the time here. So in this way, you can override all the alarms for a particular user using this feature. Then we have this downtime feature. So there are organizations where they have this planned maintenance. So during the planned maintenance, many of your monitoring tool may send a lot of alarms that are actually false. So for that purpose, we have this feature like downtime. Here you can choose the field type, like for example application, and I'm using OPM to monitor my infrastructure, and I have scheduled planned maintenance. So to avoid alerts that is coming from OPM to send notification, I can configure it in my downtime and select all entities and choose the time frame. So whenever an alert that is during this time frame, if an alert is going to come from OPM, then I will mark that as a planned maintenance. So in my recent activity of that alarm, you can see that the alarm has been has reached when you have planned your scheduled maintenance, and you will not receive notification for that alarm. You can even disable the notification. For example, if I mute the application, whenever an alarm come into this particular application, you will not be notified as your notification is muted. This is a feature set that we provide in AlarmsOne. So if you have any requirements, or if you find any feature set would fit very better into this AlarmsOne, you can write to us at support@alarmsone.com, or you can even start a discussion in forum.manageengine.com/alarmsone. We can start discussing there, and we can see if we could bring in more features into AlarmsOne. Thank you for your time during the webinar. Thank you so much.
If you have any questions, you can write us at support@alarmsone.com, and we'll be happy to reply to you. You can connect with us using our phone numbers, or you can write to us at support@alarmsone.com, and you can start any discussion in our forums. If you have anything to say that we could implement in AlarmsOne, you can start a discussion in our forums. To have a more detailed explanation about the features and to watch more videos, you can check out our website. I hope you found this webinar helpful, and if you have any queries or any personalized demo requests, you can write us at support@alarmsone.com. And thanks for joining us. Have a nice day.